going to introduce Dr. Paul. He really doesn't need much of an introduction. You know everything. Most of you know everything about him anyway, but I just want to say we're very grateful to have him here in Louisiana to give us a day of his time in his very busy season. Dr. Paul is I'll just say this, he is a 10-term congressman. He is a committed father, a loving father. He's a committed husband, and he is the champion of the Constitution. Give a great round of applause and cheers for Dr. Paul.
Surprises. Now this is wonderful that we can get a group out like this on such short notice. It was nice that I was able to leave Houston this morning and come over here and make several stops here in Louisiana today. But things have really perked up. I don't know if you noticed, but we did pretty well in Nevada. Mayor that's been having trouble. And I think there's a little blowback and payback for him. But you know, it's really exciting to me what's happened last year. You know, a lot of people claim that I have removed their skepticism, and I am very pleased because so many young people have joined us, you know, in the campaign. And this means the message is very, very powerful. I did read the other day, somebody was halfway being cynical and said, you know, I don't even care about that old guy, but I really care about that message. And it is true, but it is also true that somebody has to deliver the message, and it's myself plus all of you who do it. And the message is powerful, but the most important thing is we're in such great need of it. And it's not like I invented this message. It's not brand new. It's been around for a while. It's just that we have forgotten about it. We just needed to revitalize it. It's been here for a long time. It's what made our country great. It gives us our freedoms. And yet we have become so dependent on the federal government and the government to become the nanny state to tell us everything that we have to do with our lives, tell us everything of every way we can spend our money, and telling the rest of the world what to do. And I'm just so sick and tired of that. All we need to do is start obeying the Constitution and have a lot more freedom for all of us. Like that, you know what it would do to our tax system. That's pretty easy to figure that out. Because we wouldn't have to worry about income taxes. We'd get rid of the IRS. Now, we should have this is what gives people incentives, the fact that they can run their own lives and spend their own money. But when we become dependent on government, everything goes to Washington. Then all of a sudden we have to fight and scream to get a little bit back, and what do we get? A lot less with a lot of regulation. Central economic planning doesn't work, even when well-intended. We should know that by now, but we're drifting in that direction. Medicine is a mess today. I've been involved in medicine for a good many years. When I started in medicine, it was doctor-patient relationship, not the government. For 35 years now, we've had the introduction of managed care, and the government has taken over and it's failed. What has it done? It has pushed the cost of medicine up. That's what it's done.
Yeah.
Quality is down, distribution is poor, you don't have the choice of your doctor, and we have all this mess in medicine because we've had too much government. And guess what? What are most of the demands that we're hearing about? Well, what we need is, socialized medicine, one payer system. What we need is more freedom of choice. And when government takes over, of course, they tell you what doctor to see, but not only that, they tell you what kind of medicine to use. If you want alternative medicine, you want nutritional medicine, you want preventative medicine, oh, we don't pay for that. So this is the reason that choice is so important, whether it's our personal lifestyle, whether it's picking our medical care, or how we spend our money. And this is what freedom is all about. And it's also the reason people come together. Amen. People of diversity come together because everybody gets to use their freedom as they choose. This brings people together. What we have today is very divisive because some central government planner gets control. And then they own our lives, they own our property, and then if we have property, it ends up we don't really own it anymore. We pay rent on it. We have to ask the government all these permissions on what we can do and how we can make use of our property. So we have lost our way, and on property, if the government decides that they think your property can be better used, they have the eminent domain laws. They come in, we're going to take your property and give it to somebody else. Yeah. This is the system of government that has brought us to really a bankruptcy. I was going to say near bankruptcy, but it's not near bankruptcy. We're insolvent, and the reflection of a country that becomes insolvent is the currency goes down. Yeah. The currency is going down. And what happens? The standard of living of all Americans will go down. But first, the poor and the middle class get clobbered. Right. And today, economics has become the #1 issue. The war is a big issue, foreign policy is a big issue, deficits are an issue, and they're all connected, but it translates into a weaker economy. People are waking up to it. But even a year ago when I started, I talked about the economy and been predicting problems for years because of our monetary system. But now it's becoming very well known, and people are saying, well, my problem is I just can't afford to pay for my insurance, or I can't afford to buy my house, I can't afford this. And what that means is not so much that they have less dollars, it's that the dollars they have less value.
Right.
And this is a ruthless way that governments for not 100 years, but thousands of years have used to undermine the middle class and the poor at the expense, to the benefit of those who are in charge. And we're doing it once again. It's more sophisticated than ever before because governments, it used to be they would dilute to gold or clip the coins and devalue the currency to run a world empire or to have bread and circuses at home. And every empire ends for economic reasons. And now we're facing our own problem because we've spread ourselves too widely around the world. We pretend that our wealth is going to last forever, but all we have is debt. We can't even operate our foreign policy or our domestic policy without borrowing from the Chinese. I mean, that's how bad it is. So we as a people have to decide what we want. We need to tighten our belts. We need to live within our means. We need to cut back. And I tell you one place where I think it should be easy to cut back.